Hello, hello, hello. It's me again. I did my first Facebook Live this morning, and I looked back and I watched it and I thought, oh my goodness. That's why I don't do these things, because I hate hearing myself talk. I am so country, so southern, and so I just hate hearing myself talk and all that, and I kept smacking my lips or something, I don't know, so I apologize. I'm going to work on that. You know, the way to see what we do is just video ourselves, and then we kind of see what we're doing and what we're really looking silly doing. And so I apologize for that, and I'm going to try to do better, and I want to try to keep these as professional as I can, and I'm not going to try to be lengthy and waste your time, because I know you have other things to do. Hi, Nellie. I love you, sister. And Joyce Stark, hello Joyce, love you too, sister. What I'm going to do tonight, I was going to do a tutorial, but I'm not going to do a tutorial until I get the rest of my unique cosmetics. I've ordered some other things, and I want to wait till I can actually do a full face regimen of unique. And so I've got a few things ordered. It's been shipped, and as soon as they come in, I've got some cheek color and highlighter and things like that. So I want to make sure that I do a full face tutorial. And so as soon as I get those products in, then I'll come back and I'll do my tutorial. But I thought tonight, since I promised that I would do another video, is kind of give you some tips or some do's and don'ts. Now, these are not cut in stone, and these are not guaranteed, and these are not anything other than what I think are do's and don'ts over the years of using makeup, finding what works for me. And I guess the most often question that I get asked is, what is your beauty regimen? And I don't know why they ask that, but I think everybody kind of wants to know what other people do. And I asked other women that too. I said, what do you use for moisturizer, or this or that? And so I thought, well, let me just kind of go over some things with you that over the years that have worked for me, and kind of some do's and don'ts. And like I said, there's no right or wrong. There are some things that they say are rules in cosmetics, and we can always look at a woman whose makeup is not done to the best, and we can kind of critique it. But I'm not here to critique anybody. I'm not here to judge anybody. So this is what I've come up with, and I've come up with just a list of do's and don'ts and things that I think are important as far as in your beauty regimen or makeup, or kind of rules of thumb kind of thing. So let's start with the do's. First of all, the most important thing that I can tell you is have a good skincare regimen. And when I say that, I'm talking you don't have to go out and buy expensive products, but I'm talking about be consistent with it. Use sunscreen, use a good moisturizer, use a good cleanser, use a good exfoliant. Our skin is always sloughing off the dead skin, and in order for our skin to be bright and luminous, we need to exfoliate. So start off with a good skincare regimen. And what I do is, and I use different products, so I'm not going to plug any one particular product, but what I do is I wash my face every morning and every night, and in the morning I always use an exfoliant. Not a real harsh one, but just a gentle exfoliant, and I use a moisturizer, a sunscreen, and an eye cream. At night, I wash my face with a cleanser, a gentle cleanser, and I use a serum at night because it's a little oilier, and I really can't use it, what I use during the day, because it is so oily. But I use a good serum to put some oil back into my skin. I use a heavier night cream, and then I use an eye cream. And, you know, it's important for us to do that every night. And please don't go to bed with your makeup on. And that's probably one over here on my don't list, is don't go to sleep with your makeup on, because our skin is subjected to so much during the day, aerosols that we spray, perfumes, hairsprays and things, pollen, all the elements of being outside. And so at night is a good time for our skin to rejuvenate and rest and just breathe. So a good skincare regimen, and like I said, just get a good moisturizer, a good eye cream, and a good serum and exfoliant. Those are the three basic things, and a good SPF sunscreen, either in your moisturizer or an extra one, okay? Hi, Miss Laura. Hi, Marianne. Also, the next one was do use SPF, which I've already covered. And then the next one is choosing a right foundation. And I covered that a little bit this morning. And what I mean by choosing a right foundation is not just color, but consistency. Also coverage. Laura West, I love you, Laura. But also coverage. What kind of coverage are you wanting? Are you wanting a light coverage? Are you wanting heavier coverage? Are you wanting something that leaves your skin dewy? Are you wanting more of a matte finish? And so go to a professional and let someone analyze your skin and color correct, match your skin with a foundation. And like I said this morning, my face is lighter than the rest of my body. So whenever I match my skin, I always try to match it with the rest of my body because I can camouflage the color of my face easier than making my makeup white and my neck dark and all that. So anyway, choosing the right foundation, go to an expert and let them help you pick out a right foundation. And my next do is please don't forget your eyebrows. Please do fill in your eyebrows. And when I say fill in, I'm not talking about drawing a line or making them look harsh. And it's always best to go on the lighter side with your eyebrow color. I'm dark complected and I've got dark hair, so I can go a little darker, but I still don't like the dark eyebrows on me even. I think as we get older, it makes us look harsher. I've seen some of the younger girls with the jet black hair and the jet black eyebrows, and some of those girls can get away with it, like Kim Kardashian or some of those. But when we get older, especially the fair-skinned, the lighter hair, you know, keep it light. And if you're blonde, you can go a shade or two darker than your hair color, because if you go with blonde, you're not going to be able to see it. But if you're darker hair like me, go with a light to medium brown in your eyebrows. Next thing is do. Please, please, please do. And I have found this over the years of doing makeup. Do invest in you a good set of makeup brushes. And when I say a good set, it doesn't have to be expensive. I've gotten all kinds. I've bought cheap, I've bought expensive. I've got a whole slew of makeup brushes in here. I've got this one from e.l.f. I think I paid $2 for it. I've got some from Unique that are great. I've got some from e.l.f. I've got some just cheap off-brand. But invest in you a good set of brushes. They make all the difference in the world in applying your makeup, blending it, everything. So, and there are different brushes for different things. There's blender brushes, there's angled brushes, there's flat brushes if you're wanting to contour. So invest in you a good set of brushes. And when I say good, I just mean different kinds. You'll want different kinds for different things that you're doing in your makeup, and it doesn't have to be expensive, and keep them clean. And this is another do. This is kind of a tip, and I've looked back at some of my notes from when I was in makeup artistry, and this was on there, and I still see it today, and it is kind of, I guess, one of my pet peeves if I have one. Use more than one color of eyeshadow. And when I say that, let me just preference what I mean. Have you ever seen anyone who wears, let's just say, frost white eyeshadow all over their eye from here to here, and that's all they wear, just frost white eyeshadow? Now let me just preface that by saying also, if you're older, if you're over 35 to 40, we all need to just stay away from the frost unless it's just on your mobile lid. You can get away with a little bit of frost inside the inner corner of your eye, but the frost up in here and in your crease, it only adds to the crepiness of your eyes, and when you're my age, you have some crepiness, okay? So when I say use more than one color of eyeshadow, if you're only going to use one color eyeshadow, use it on your lid, and don't take it all over the eye. Concentrate just on the lid. If you want to use white frost eyeshadow, then just use it on your lid. But don't bring it all the way up from your lid to your brow bone. And then another do is experiment. Play with new colors and new techniques, and don't be afraid of it, but get in, you know, it's like people say, well, you know, I just don't wear makeup because I don't know how to apply it. Well, it's like riding a bicycle. You have to get on a bike in order to learn to ride it. So in order to learn how to use makeup and apply it and what works for you and what does, you got to use it. So Experiment. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be intimidated. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, fine. You know, it's all good. Like I said this morning, it's temporary. Hey, Chastity Smith, I love you. Also use a highlighter. Especially as we get older, we use that glow about our skin, and that's why I said it's important to exfoliate. And a highlighter will give you that glow. As you can see now, I've had this makeup on since early this morning, and I went to get groceries. I've been to the gym. I cooked dinner. I've done all kinds of things, and the only thing I touched up was my lipstick because I've eaten. But I put on a highlighter this morning, and as you can see, I put it here and here and a little bit in here, but that just adds a little bit of glow to your face, because as we age we tend to have that dull skin, and that's why it's important for us to exfoliate, keep the dead skin exfoliated. Hi, Brenda Braswell. I have been praying for you, sister. I pray for you every night. I really do. I wouldn't tell you that if I didn't, but you've been on my mind and my heart lately. And you're such a talented singer, and I've really been praying for you and your health, and praying that God will touch you and heal you, so that you can do what you need to do for His kingdom. So that's kind of my do's. And like I said, these are just some things that I feel are important, that have worked for me. And when we start applying makeup and I show you some of the things that I say do, I'll show you how they work together, because it is important. And then I'm going to start into my don't list. And this is what I said earlier about skincare regimen. Do not ever go to sleep. Chastity, are you listening to me? Do not ever go to sleep with your makeup on. This is something that I learned years ago. And now I can't sleep with my makeup on. I just feel that my face is dirty. I just can't sleep with makeup on. And like I said, at night is the time our skin needs to breathe and rehydrate and rejuvenate. And so our skin has to have some time to breathe again, because we keep so much stuff on it with makeup and things like that. So please don't ever go to bed with your makeup on. And another thing is, when you're applying your foundation, do not use sponges, like a wedgie or a sponge or something like that. Use a foundation brush, or if you don't like a foundation brush, then use your hand. And the reason that I say that is because a sponge absorbs so much of the makeup that you'll wind up using a whole lot more of your foundation, and most of it will be absorbed down in your sponge instead of coming off on your face, and you'll waste a lot of it. So either use your fingers, which I have done, or invest in you a good foundation brush. And like I said, it doesn't have to be expensive. I've got a cheap one, and Unique's foundation brush is just awesome. I love their foundation brush. It's thick, it's wedged, and you can get in the fine areas around your eyes, and I just love their makeup brush. So don't use a sponge for your foundation, because it will absorb more than you're getting on your face. So hi, Brenda Denny. Hi, Lana French Black. Tell Libby that she doesn't need to sleep with her makeup on. Is that what you're saying, Mary? I'll tell her that at church. Anyway, so don't use a sponge for applying your face foundation, because it wastes and absorbs a lot of your foundation. And this is another tip and another do not do, because we've all done this and we realize it don't work. Do not apply mascara over already dried mascara. Hey, Brenda Denny, pretty lady to you. Glad you're on here, sweetheart. I know you're into Unique too, so you can testify what a good product this is, and good luck to you with your Unique too. But do not apply mascara over already dried mascara. Like I've had this on all day, and I wouldn't dare come home and try to put more on it, because it just clumps up and it's just not a pretty thing. So do not apply mascara over already dry mascara, because it just never works. Another one is do not forget to blend. And when I say blend, I mean everything. When you're contouring, when you're adding your cheek color, when you're doing your eyeshadows. I'm going to say this. I go to Walmart to get my groceries here in Hendersonville. And there is a lady that I have seen there several times. And Chastity, my daughter, will probably tell this is probably what I'm going to look like when I get 80. But she is dressed fit to kill. And she's probably in her mid to late 80s. And every time I've seen her, she's had on her mink shawl and she's got on high heel shoes. I'm talking spike high heels. I'm talking spike. She's got on blonde, bleach blonde, I think it's a wig, but bleach blonde hair, and she's got that makeup on, and she's got that black eyebrow, and she's got a blob of cheek color, red rosy cheeks colors, and she's got that red lipstick. Nothing's blended. You can see everything she's got on and where she put it. But it's so funny. She's very neat, and you can tell probably at one time or another she was a beautiful woman and probably a very wealthy woman from the way she dresses. But she just forgot somewhere along the line to blend that stuff. You gotta blend it. I thought, oh, if I could just tell her. But anyway, I've seen her there several times. And Ray Cooper, if you're watching this, I'm sure you work there at Walmart. I'm sure you've probably seen her and you know who she is. But anyway, blending. And that's where you can't see where you put something and where it stops. And just blend it. Just blend. Now, your colors are going to be different. And you can't just blend it where you just all melds together, but you can blend it to where it's not so stark, such a stark contrast, if you know what I'm saying. Hi, Deborah Hopkins. I love you, Deborah. I'm glad these are helping you. You're a beautiful woman, so I hope that these tips will help. Anyway, be sure and blend, and that goes for everything, cheek color, everything. And like I said before, don't let makeup intimidate you. Don't let it intimidate you. It's not permanent. It's something that you can wash off and start again. Play with it. Have fun with it. Learn to love it. I love makeup. Don't always use, oh, this is a good one. Don't always use the same eyeliner up here that you do down here. Now, what I have on is navy blue up here, and I have black in my waterline. But you don't have to always use black or brown. You can use a gray, or you can use coal, or you can use blue or coal or dark brown. So you don't always have to match the colors of your eyeliner. If you're putting it down here and up here, you don't have to use the same color. And that's sometimes where I'll bring my other color in to match. Like I have a royal blue, and if I had put this on this morning, I would have probably done a royal blue either eyeliner here or a little bit of royal blue up here. And you can kind of do that and just have fun with it. I like to kind of match my eyeshadows with what I'm wearing, or my eyeliners or something. I'll add a hint of color in what I'm wearing for that day. And that is another fault of mine. I'm a matchy-matchy person. You can ask anybody that goes to the Y about Darlene, and they'll say, she's matchy-matchy, and I take that honestly. I get that after my daddy. My daddy, if he had on a beige suit, he had on beige shoes, and you know, he was one of those, and so I'm one of those. I have to be matchy-matchy, and that's to a fault, I know. But it's just fun. I like it. You may not like that. You don't have to do that. That's not a do or a don't, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to match your eyeliner. It doesn't always have to be the same color on top and bottom. And don't, oh, this is another one. If you have very, very thin lips, it's kind of been a rule of thumb in my makeup artistry classes, don't do really dark lipstick if you have very thin lips, because that will draw attention to just the thinness of your lips. Go with a lighter color. And talking about lips is, and that should probably be in the do list, is do wear lip liner. Let me just tell you that if you wear lipstick and you're older, especially if you're older, wear a good lip liner, because that will keep the lipstick from bleeding into the fine lines around our mouth. I have to wear lip liner if I wear a darker color, because if I don't, it starts bleeding up in my lines, and I have lines, around my lips. And a lip liner just kind of keeps that lipstick in place. It's the best thing. I cannot live without my lip liner. Yeah, you will see lips coming. That's right, Marianne. And that woman at the Walmart, you can see those red lips coming before she even gets close to you. And it is a little too. But anyway, have you ever just seen someone and their lipstick's all up in the lines and you're talking to them and you can't help but look at the lipstick? So get you a good lip liner, and it can be close to the shade. Get it close to the shade of your lipstick. But always line your lips, and it can be a nude. If you don't like lip liner, then get you a nude color. But I can tell you that's the best investment for someone that's older, to keep the lipstick from running in the lines of your lips. And that's a definitely, don't wear a dark lipstick. And if you're going to, invest in you a lip liner so that it doesn't run. And you can also take a lip liner and go outside your lip line. You don't want to go, too extreme. You know what I'm talking about. But you can go outside your lip line and make your lips look a little fuller. So invest in you a good lip liner. And like I said, if you don't like the look of lip liner, then get you a nude lip liner. But that nude lip liner will make your lipstick stay where it's supposed to be. It won't run in your lines and wrinkles. Oh, this is another one. How many of you have been told, smile when you put your cheek color on? Smile. And then you do this, and then your cheek color is not where it's supposed to be. So don't smile when you put your cheek color on. Did you know, how many of you said, I've seen that a lot. Smile. And they do that. And I think, when you smile, your cheeks are raised. But when they're relaxed, they're in a different place. So always, when you're applying makeup, always keep your face, when I put my mascara on, I do open my mouth, okay? But the mascara is not nowhere near my mouth, so that's not going to affect it, okay? But when you're putting your cheek color on, or contouring or anything, you can do that when you're contouring to kind of get where your cheekbone's in and do the darker contour. But when you're putting your cheek color on, don't smile, don't go, because you see your cheeks raise up and then they fall back down. So just put your cheek color on with a natural face, and that way your cheek color will be exactly where you want it to be. Also, I had some people to private message me about concealer. Does it need to be lighter than your foundation? Yes, but don't go any more than one, or either a half a shade or one shade lighter than your foundation, or you're going to get the raccoon look. You know what I'm talking about, the real white look around your eyes, and you don't want that. You want it to be light and bright around your eyes, but you don't want that white sunglass look like you've had sunglasses on and it's just white and raccoon eyes. So you don't want that. So a half a shade to a shade lighter, no lighter than one shade lighter than your foundation. And when you're applying a foundation, another don't forget your neck, because you've got to bring it down. And for a lot of people who I have ugly ears, but for a lot of people who have short hair, or if you're wearing your hair up, don't forget your ears. Because sometimes your ears, don't see the sun. I know mine don't because my hair. So when you're putting on foundation, you might want to dust a little bit of maybe powder or foundation on your ears, just so that your face, because my face is darker than my ear, because I put a darker color foundation because my face is so white, but to match the rest of my body. So don't forget your ears. That's a good point. Don't follow trends, and that's a biggie. And I think the biggest thing for trends is the winged eyeliner. Now, you can do winged eyeliner, but it must be subtle. Now I have permanent eyeliner on, and mine is a little winged on the end, and that is, you can't even really see it, but I had her to kind of go up on the outer edge of mine, just to give my eyes a lift instead of going down. I didn't want her to bring it down. I wanted my eyes to be lifted, so I had her to kind of wing it up just a little bit. And if I did a wing, I would bring it just out just a tad. But to see these winged eyeliners, that just don't work for everybody. Oh, Lana, you're so sweet. My hair is sweaty. I haven't even had a shower this afternoon, so thank you. So winged eyeliner was a trend, and I saw women that were older that was trying to do the winged eyeliner, and it just doesn't work for everybody. So don't follow trends. Trends don't apply to everyone, and you know, trends are good for trendy people who are younger and can get away with it, just like our wardrobe. We can't do all the trendy things as we get older, and our bodies are different and everything else. And so don't follow trends, and don't try to apply your makeup like everyone else, because what works for me may not work for you. And that's what I want to get over to you, is I'm just trying to give you basic pointers. And yeah, we did it in high school, didn't we, Marianne? That's what I mean. We can get away with it when we're younger. But the winged eyeliner, I see people sometimes and they have no eyeshadow on. They have blonde hair, bleach blonde hair, and they have this winged eyeliner, and all you can see is just this black eyeliner. And I'm thinking, you know, if you're blonde, stay away from the black eyeliner. Do dark brown or navy blue or coal, like a gray color, and kind of soften up that look of a black eyeliner. And another thing, as I said before, have you ever, when you see someone wearing eyeshadow and they just wear one color, well, here's a do not wear black eyeliner with no eyeshadow, because all you're going to see is black rings around your eyes. You've got to have something else to take away the look of the black eyeliner. In other words, to soften the eyeliner. Especially if you're fair-skinned, try to go with a darker brown or a kind of a softer color, a coal, like I said. Instead, stay away from the black. Hey, Roy, Cowboy Hall, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I hope these makeup tips work for you too, brother. And so those are some of my do's and don'ts. But don't be intimidated. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to get across to you ladies, is that don't be intimidated. And I hear that every time I do makeup. I just don't wear it because I don't know how to apply it. And I always tell them, well, you're not going to learn if you don't start using it. So you've got to use it. And don't be afraid of it. Get in your bedroom or get in the bathroom when you're home alone. When you've got some time away from hubby and the kids and you've got some free time, and just experiment, just play with it. And if you don't like it, you can wash it off, no harm done. But don't be afraid of it. Hey, Carol. Hey, girlie. Good to see you on here. Hope all is well with you. I have really missed your face. Just to be honest, I have really missed you. Love you, and Kevin, love you both. Good to see you on here. We must catch up sometime. But this is going to be fun. I love reading your comments. I've been getting some private messages about some concerns. And if you have a concern that you want me to talk about, and as soon as I get my products in, I got a notification a while ago that the rest of my products have been shipped, so I can't wait to get them. But I didn't have any cheek color, and I didn't have the highlighter. This is a highlighter that I already had. And I wanted to wait until all my products came in to do a full face of Unique. And I'm going to do some makeup tips, how to apply the foundation, where to apply it, how to apply the concealer, where to apply it. Also with concealer, someone was talking to me earlier today, and then I had a lady to private message me about concealer, and that she just, every concealer she ever tried, it still settled in the fine lines. And this is what I have found over the years to be true. If you put on a very greasy, thick, heavy eye cream underneath your foundation when you're putting on your daytime moisturizer, if you put on something extremely slick or oily or heavy cream, then your concealer is going to get in the fine lines and it's going to crease. So during the day, you can do that. At night, you can use the thicker, slicker, oilier, greasier eye creams at night. But in the daytime, use something a little less greasy or thick, and your concealer will stay on better if you do that. And also, apply a very light bit of powder, either loose powder or setting powder. Just take and tap to set it. And that way it will stay in place. So it's going to come off and it's going to settle in the fine lines of the greasy under eye creams. And I did address that with someone, and I hope that helped you. If you don't feel comfortable commenting about your concerns, please private message me. And if you have something, a technique you want me to show you, I'll be glad to show you if I know it. If you ask me a question I don't know it, I will find out. Hey, Rachel Shirey Flowers, how are you? I watch your videos all the time, and I just love watching your videos. You are so funny, and you're good at makeup, and you have the prettiest eyes. But I was talking about freckles earlier, Rachel, and I said, you know, I was born with freckles too, so it's talking about that blending and camouflage and all that stuff. But anyway, hey, Lisa. Hey, girlie. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial as soon as I get the rest of my products. And like I said, please, I have had so many comments and questions, and I hope that I have addressed some of these. People were asking me about eyeliners, and people were asking me about concealer and what color do you choose and how do you choose a concealer, and about skincare regimen. And let me just say that no matter what kind of makeup you use, you can use the most expensive makeup or the cheapest makeup, but it's only going to look as good as your skin underneath. And we all have flaws. I have freckles, and now I'm getting the age spots and everything else, and I know what my flaws are, and I try to learn ways to camouflage that. And so I hide them too, girlfriend. I hide them too, Rachel Shirey. And I'm excited for you and your baby. That is awesome. I cannot wait to see that child. I know that child is going to be precious. But anyway, so I hope I've addressed some of the things and some of the questions you've asked. And someone asked me about eyebrows. If you have blonde hair, what color eyebrow powder or pencil you should wear, and do either a light brown or a taupe. Stay away from the black, the dark brown. You can go, into the medium browns, because if you stay with a light blonde, you're not going to see it anyway. My eyebrows are not even. This one is naturally higher than this one. And when I put my eyebrow pencil on, I concentrate on the bottom of this one, and on this one, I concentrate on the top, so that they are pretty close to being matched, and as you've heard, if you've heard anything about makeup or cosmetics, they're sisters, they're not twins, they're not going to always be alike. So we all have flaws, and we all have issues. I hope that I've addressed some of your questions that you sent me, and if you have any concerns, please send me a message or send me a note, and I'll be glad to address that. And I'm excited about getting started in this. I cannot wait to do my first makeup tutorial, but I want to wait until I get all my products, and they should be here in a day or two. And so I'll be playing in that and trying to learn some new eyeshadow combinations. And that's the good thing about makeup, is it's just fun. It's fun to play in. So that's kind of my do's and don'ts. They're not cut in stone. It's just things that work for me, and things that I think is important in applying makeup, and things that I've learned over the years. And I'm old, so I've been playing in makeup for a long time, and I've found what works and kind of what doesn't work. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or send me a private message if you don't want anybody to know what your concern is. But anyway, thank you all so much for your private messages and for watching, and I will see you as soon as I get the rest of my unique products in, and we'll start doing some makeup tutorials. So until then, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.